Hi, Jonathan Sandmel here from Steady Networks. Quick video I wanted to present on junk email guidance from the Department of Defense. Here we go. So in 2020, the Department of Defense released their CMMC 1.0 guidance, which was building on some rules that they had created a few years previously that described 110 security controls. They added an additional 20 uh, controls onto NIST 800 171. And they added some new requirements for these government contractors and subcontractors to follow. But every business can learn from these security guidance of the Department of Defense. Now, one of them was SI 3.218, which was to employ spam protection mechanisms at information security access and entry and exit points, and another was to utilize email sandboxing to detect or block malicious email attachments. So let's take a shallow dive into what these mean. SI is System and Information Integrity, and this 3.218 says employ spam protections at entry and exit points. So the first question that I get is the built-in security in Office 365 enough? Well, of course, as usual in security, the answer is maybe. But in this case, it's probably better to use a third party. Now, why is that? Well, I'm going to give you three reasons why. Number one, uh, the security control requires filtering at entry and exit points. There's a little bit that Microsoft can do if you try to send out thousands of emails, but for one suspicious email, they have less controls available to them. When we use a third party, I sometimes will get an email like this. It says, your email was held for review, and I have to consciously release and deliver. That's if it scores too high and the system thinks that I'm accidentally sending a spam email. So that helps solve for the entry and exit piece that Office 365 doesn't have right out of the box. Uh, the other piece is second reason why I think it's a good idea is a layered approach adds value. Now you're not just dealing with purely what Microsoft thinks is spam, but you're getting Microsoft plus what your third party spam filter thinks is spam. You don't turn off the spam filtering from Microsoft just because you're using a third party filter, but you have this added approach where you get two companies that are using different criteria to think about what is spam. The third reason has to do with the combination of this other control 220 that says it requires that you utilize email sandboxing to detect or block potentially malicious email attachments. Again, this is something that is better done with a third party filter. The one we use gives me a secondary inbox that I can look at and check on an email that's coming in. And if I have a link like what you see here to track this shipment now, which this is clearly spam, it's coming from Helen at WinBoss. It's not coming from DHL, and it's sending me to track a shipment. If I click on that link, I get a warning that says this message was held for review. That's a sandbox. It captures it in this secondary system and doesn't let you out without having to go through a few secondary controls. So that satisfies the sandbox control piece. So all in all, to satisfy the required filtering at entry and exit points, to utilize email sandboxing, much easier, and let's add the layered approach, much easier, much more effective to use a third party mail filter. So we highly recommend that whether you're a government contractor or not. Keep your business secure. Thanks. I'm Jonathan Sandmel with Steady Networks. Have a great day.